They can announce insurance, but when they go to the parliament, they don't have majority. This is going to influence you. The politics of coalition is going to influence you. You have to keep watching what is happening around you. But ultimately, power doesn't mean political power. Power means right to information. Empower yourself with your information. If you have power of information, if you have power of analysis, if you know what, why, where and what next, you are the most powerful person. Even the Prime Minister will come and listen to you. That is the only thing I leave behind with you. Thank you very much.
Any questions?
Yeah.
Okay, you can come.
कितनी देर बोल दिया मेरे को पता भी नहीं.
Thank you, sir. Sir, your session was so spellbound, and in fact, I would say that I could feel the energy flow, and I believe that I think you are totally empowered because of the kind of information and the kind of experience that you carry with yourself. Thank you so much. And before we let you go, which is not so easily, students, the forum is open now. Any questions, please? All right, can I have the cordless mic, please?
2 बजे 2:30 बजे 1 घंटा यहाँ से लगेगा मेरे को 1:30. ओके ना लंच 5 साथ में लंच रेडी होगा ना तब तक. या एनी क्वेश्चन?
Hello, yeah.
Good afternoon, sir. So my name is Anshuman Singh.
Yeah.
Sir, you are a great epitome in a media industry, and each and everyone is aware about you. So, sir, on your show, whom do you think that was a good speaker who gave your all answer correctly? Because you took an interview of thousands of dignitaries and so many of politicians, as well as so many of people have came into your show. Whom do you think that was the best person who gave answer to your, a very logical question, sir?
You see, I have done about 600 odd shows by now, and out of these 600 shows, I think I've got 423 people who have appeared. For some of them have appeared twice, thrice and whatever. I must tell you that nobody has given me correct answers. But there are some people like Omar Abdullah was one example, who was very genuine, sounding very genuine. He was avoiding the question, but he was very frank in giving answers also. Amitabh Bachchan, for example. He comes out very arrogant when you speak to him, but he doesn't hide anything which he wants to answer. He may not answer. Omar Abdullah was the first example where he got angry also, and he almost walked out of the show. And because luckily that was the last question I asked him, therefore he could walk out, and my show was over. So otherwise I would have lost the show. Most of the people, why they called you? Because one thing is that people ask me, who is your next guest? I tell them I have no guests. They are all my targets. तो देर कमिंग बकरा बनने के लिए आ रहे हैं. बाकी अगर गेस्ट के लिए आ रहे हैं तो घर में बैठे दारू पिए खाना खाएं. मैं यहाँ कोई गेस्ट नहीं है. मैं तो चाय पिलाऊंगा, ठीक है. बाकी तो most of the people do, because I have a little time limit there also. Because in 18 minutes, 19 minutes I can ask so many questions. Because sometimes people don't want to give you answers. One example was this Mr. Narendra Modi. I interviewed him 4 times. He won't give you answer. I asked the same question 18 times. तो ही से प्रभु जी आप 19 बार पूछेंगे, मेरा जवाब यही होगा. और जवाब कोई था नहीं. तो he was smart enough to put me in a defensive, but he was not giving information, not found yet a person who has answered all the question correctly. In fact, Mayawati, when I interviewed her second time, she understood me better. She came prepared, but what happened I will tell you now. She came in Taj Hotel. I was interviewing her first, because I am the only person who was interviewed so far. Nobody has interviewed her. 3 interviews she had given me. Second question she came, I asked her the first question. And she started the first question, and for 18 minutes did not stop. And I wanted to interrupt her. She wouldn't listen to me. For 18 minutes she got so angry, because she is little lightweight anyway. So she was so lightweight, she was just getting angry that I have taught a lesson to you, and she fell flat पीछे से गिर गया. But in then I had to repeat her. I said, okay, मैं चला इसका भाषण नहीं हो रहा आपका भाई, you are not coming here. He said, but तुम सवाल उल्टे पूछोगे. मैंने कहा उल्टे आई क्यों थी फिर आप? And there was another interview with Amar Singh, which got very heated, and it became very personal, and he threw the mic, and that unedited version still is with me. If I telecast that, it will be a big problem. Anyway, so he threw the question, but he's a good narration he gives you good answers. He's quite entertaining. Uma Bharti, for example, I am giving you an example. In the Congress party, I don't think anybody, I don't remember, because Rahul and they don't give interviews anyway. Dr. Manmohan Singh has not given interview. Vajpayee ji refused. He said, मेरे से print interview कर लो आप, टीवी पे तुम्हारे साथ मैं interview नहीं करूँगा. So I did 3 interviews, all for the magazine. He has not given interview to anybody else except me as Prime Minister. I did the interview. But most of the politicians, or even Shah Rukh Khan, for example, Shah Rukh Khan is the most naughty person on TV. He thinks he is the most smartest. तो उसको मैंने छेड़ दिया. तो he was giving me answer about Shah Rukh Khan. ऐसे तो तुम्हारी क्या है? तुम तो बूढ़े से चले जा रहे हो. अभी last when I did it about a year ago. He said क्या मतलब तुम्हारे से ज़्यादा बूढ़ा हो गया हूँ. मैंने कहा मेरे तक बूढ़े हो गए इतना काम कर पाओगे तो I don't know. पर मैं तो अभी भी 66 साल की उम्र में काम कर रहा हूँ. तुम 66 साल की उम्र में चल पाओगे मेरे को पता नहीं है. मैंने तुम्हारे तुम जितने बूढ़े होते हो तुम जवान लड़की के साथ एक्टिंग करते हो. कोई 20 साल की है, कोई 22 साल की है, तो तुम पहले ही इंफीरियरिटी कम्प्लेक्स है तुम्हारा कि तुम्हारी लेवल की होगी कोई, तो वो भी चमकेगी फिल्म में. तुम कहते हो मैं ही चमकूंगा, शाहरुख खान की वजह से चलती है. तो तुमने क्या किया? यू आर नॉट एन हीरो. फिर मैंने कहा तुम्हारी एक्टिंग क्या होती है? सेम. मैंने कहा हर बार होते ऐसे एक ही स्टाइल होता. कहते तुम्हारे को एक्टिंग करनी आती. मैं कहा मैं एक्टिंग करनी होती तुम्हारे को मैं सुना नहीं देता फिल्म इंडस्ट्री में. तो मैंने कहा तुम करना क्या चाहते हो? कहता मैं आज तक खरीदना चाहता हूँ. जब आज तक खरीद के तुम्हें अपना एम्प्लॉय बनाऊंगा. मैंने बेस्ट ऑफ लक. नेक्स्ट टाइम आई इंटरव्यूड हिम. मैं कहता आज तक खरीदने के लायक पैसे अभी नहीं मिले तुम्हारे पास. तो दीज आर फन थिंग बट नोबडी गिव्स यू करेक्ट आंसर्स. दैट इज व्हाट आई एम सेइंग. इफ यू एक्सपेक्ट एनी करेक्ट आंसर देन ही इज नॉट ए पॉलिटिशियन. इन पॉलिटिक्स मीन्स डोंट गिव एनी आंसर. Yeah.
Good afternoon, sir. It's an honor you are here. Sir, one question from my side is, sir, why Indian leaders are so weak in decision making? Like in their countries like US, though they are the developed countries, still they can act in other countries, like elimination of Osama bin Laden. Why in India leaders can't act even there in own country?
You are right, asked the right question. Well, Mr. Gandhi could take decision because she was one party rule. Vajpayee could also take decision because so powerful personality. It depends because you are in a coalition government where you are looking at this particular decision. For example, if you want to hang somebody, Kasav or other fellow, whatever his name is standing. So there is a political implications of everything. The coalition politics has become so strong these days that even Mamata can stop a decision. FDI, for example, she stopped a decision. The politics is becoming in which you don't have a national leader who is acceptable. First you must have, as I said, you must have a leader who is not only feared, who is also respected. Country lacks at the moment leaders. For example, Jayalalitha can take decision in her own state. Naveen Patnaik can take decision in her state. They are taking decision. But you are talking about the national level, because national level we don't have a leader like Vajpayee or Indira Gandhi or Jawaharlal Nehru. Jawaharlal never took any decision anyway. He was much more into other things than anything. So lack of leaders in this country at the national level because of coalition politics is the reason for that.
Sir, you are talking about Atal Bihari Vajpayee. During his time, Afghanistan incident happened, Kandahar. In that, Brijesh Mishra was not able to act due to he was not able given a signal from Atal Bihari Vajpayee. And he was not allowed from Atal Bihari Vajpayee to send the commandos to Amritsar in order to rescue that hijacked plane of Air India. Still you are saying that he was the best leader, but in my opinion he was the weakest leader I have ever seen, because he was not able to act in his own country, and that due to that incident 3 most dangerous terrorists were released, and till date we are facing those. It's 2012 that happened in 1999, and those 3 terrorists have creating around hundreds of incidents in the country. So in my opinion he was the weakest prime minister we ever had. So can you justify?
That's why I said in the beginning, you must have full information about every subject. and I think you have got only half information. First, I don't know who told you Bideshis are not allowed, because I was sitting there in the room when this decision was taken. So, which is, my book is coming, then you will know what exactly happened. In fact, I stood in front of the road, stopping Jaswant Singh from going to the plane in which he was going with these people. I told him not to go. But what happened, I will tell you later. It was not Vajpayee decision was Advani and Vajpayee decided not to send. But there are other factors which came into the picture, because other parties were also involved. And don't forget, because you are young fellows, you have not done the full research on this. First time terrorists were released when VP Singh was the Prime Minister and Mukti's daughter was kidnapped. Don't forget that. They were released and they created much more. After that, 4 terrorists were released by Narasimha Rao. Example was set by these people earlier, where terrorists were left and 4 of those terrorists established Al-Qaeda Jakarke. These 3 people also created problems, yes. But these are the factors which are, still I have not been able to point why Vajpayee, because Vajpayee met at that time. He said, जाके Advani से बात करो. Advani बोला Jaswant Singh से बात करो. Jaswant Singh बोला, don't talk to me, why it is being taken decision. Because what is happening, if you know, it was again politics. 200 people camping in front of Vajpayee's house shouting, हमारे बच्चों को बचाओ, हमारे लोगों को बचाओ. The drama was created by people sitting there when 200 families were sitting outside your residence, supported by the Congress party at that time. Congress people were leading that demonstration at that point of time. So therefore, atmosphere created that you are not saving the families of 140 people who are on plane. That was one of the factors. There are other factors which I am not telling you. Even earlier when Mufti's daughter was released, there was the same reason, a plane was hijacked. So there has been an example in which certain decisions have been taken. Vajpayee took the decision, went along with the people because he was under pressure, public opinion, those who are saying, has it ever happened? Family going and demonstrating in front of the Prime Minister's house? It happened there. TV was showing every day. So Vajpayee, in fact, for example, when Mayawati came, the day government fell, Vajpayee government fell by 1 vote, Mayawati had a breakfast with Vajpayee. She had a breakfast with him and told him, I will support you on the floor of the house. She went on the floor of the house and opposed it. तो वाजपेयी से क्या हुआ? मैंने कहा आपने ट्रस्ट क्यों किया था उसके ऊपर? 1 वोट से हार गई सरकार, हार गई 6 साल के लिए, वापस आ गई 5 साल के, नहीं तो आती भी नहीं. So these are incidents in which Vajpayee took many more decisions as a coalition when he has only 180 MP in the House of 540. Then Dr. Manmohan Singh 200 MPs are taken. Any next question, please?
Good afternoon, sir. Sir, my question is related to student politics actually. Sir, Delhi University, it is in Delhi and it is #1 university in India.
Sorry?
#1 university in India. It is.
When you say #1, I didn't know.
Sir, last year I saw the ranking. Last year it was.
In what way #1? Yes, speak in the mic, please.
Sir, actually my question is that when election take place, there are the 2 parties, AVP and NSUI, and they are supported by 2 biggest parties of India, BJP and Congress.
Yeah.
And sir, it is when the election take place, it is in limelight. Everyone is watching that. And sir, still these students, the candidates, they still gives these goodies or PVR tickets still. So, sir, this whole scenario is taking the students into a ditch.
No, you asked me a question. What question you? Be specific question, please.
Sir, my
Students' election is limelight when they contest elections.
sir, student politics is taking the students into ditch.
Why students are not getting into politics?
No, sir, they are getting into politics, but they are using in a wrong way.
Using that?
In wrong way, sir.
They are throwing them into the ditch.
No, you see, most of the student leaders now, don't agree with you, because most of the student leaders at that time, in 1974, Jayaprakash Narayan movement was there. I was one convener of the Jayaprakash Samiti, and all those products of that now, they are the important people, Arun Jaitley, Sharad Yadav, Subodh Khan Sahai, Arif Muhammad Khan. They are leaders of that student movement only. Lalu Prasad Yadav, he used to sit with me. I used to give him money for a tea. So these are the student leaders who have come from the student movement. Now they like Sitaram Yechury, Prakash Karath. They are all student leaders come. Ajay Maken has come now. They look at this Ajay Maken. So they are getting into. You are right. There are 2 political parties. Even CPM. Prakash Karath was in CPM, JNU president. But Sitaram Yechury was at that time president, and Arun Jaitley was president of the Delhi University Student Union. So most of the student leaders are now, even DMK, there are 2 student leaders who are MPs. So I think my complaint is the universities are not producing good leaders now. Because students don't read newspapers, most of you don't read. At that time there were political leaders also. There was some kind of what I call Jagrukta, consciousness, because they used to participate. Even in Bihar you get leaders now. Because in Bihar you go, they argue with you every time. I went to address some college students there. It went on for 4 hours, question answer. They knew much more than I knew. Caste, engineering, Bombay, Shiv Sena, you argue with them, they study. They don't develop their own state, but they study so much, they argue so much. And 20% students in Sanskrit College and JNU are from Bihar only. So my complaint is the students, leaders are not coming from universities anymore. Politics people have come like Nandan Nilekani can't do anything. He made money there, he will make money here also. But you can't decide the politics of this country. So student leaders, even the independent movement were decided by students and advocates, most of them. Universities are the what I call the experimental laboratory for creating leaders, which is not happening. Yeah.
Very good afternoon to you, sir. Sir, my question is that, as you quoted, that being a manager, one should always hire people who are better than him, right? Undoubtedly, sir, they'll contribute significantly towards better functioning and the turnover of the company. But on the other hand, sir, don't you think that they can be a potential threat to one's position and his job?
And then you are not a very strong person, my dear. If you feeling threatened by your junior, then you should not be there.
Sir, as you told, knowledge and information is power.
No. If you have been hired for the wrong reason as a senior position, the person if you have been hired is under you, then you are the wrong person. You should not have any threat for anybody. I don't feel any threat for anybody. Then it is a weakness. Why? That's why if he is better than you, you must co-opt him. Take his knowledge and improve you. If you are not strong enough person under you चोरी करो उसकी नॉलेज को यार, उसको बिठा के फिर कॉफी पियो, चाय पियो, फिर सिनेमा ले जाओ, उसकी बातें सुनो, फिर उसको इम्प्लीमेंट कर दो, उससे पहले वो करे. ये चोरी का आइडिया है. बट डोंट बिकम इनसिक्योर है. Brainstorming, that is what they call interaction or mentoring. Instead you tell him I am mentoring you, in fact he is mentoring you back. So idea is you must work with better people if you want to grow in life. Don't work on inferior people or make inferior better.
Good afternoon, sir. Sir, my question is, yesterday I heard about the allegations which were made by Mr. Kejriwal about that the Reliance is literally running our government. So, sir, don't you think the corporate politics is overpowering our Indian democratic system?
You are absolutely right, because one thing which all of you have been talking, but even Kejriwal is not talking about it, I told him, why you are running away from the reality. Funding of elections. No political party is taking seriously the funding of election like Obama and everybody. They have been, you look at the tweets now, Obama tweets which come. He is requesting everybody to give $5 per day, $10 per day. So every name is there on the list. If you go to Obama list, donation list, you will find millions of people there. Addresses and everything is there. Our political leaders don't want to talk about donations in political parties. Earlier the law was made that checks will be accepted only, but nobody accepts check. Only 800 crore rupees they have collected in 2 years, 3 years, both the parties. Nobody knows where the money has come from. Political leaders are now semi-corporates. If you look at the assets, even as the leader of the opposition, Mr. Jaitley, he is a very good lawyer, he has declared his asset 158 crore. I have known him from the student days. He has acquired so much money by good practices or whatever. He is one of the honest persons we have got. But if you become 158 crore man in politics, then you will start thinking like a 150 crore politics. Praful Patel, Sharad Pawar, all look at the assets. Out of 542 MPs, there are 3 of them who have assets worth 20 crores. I don't mind, they must have won some of them. So they are not talking about clean way of financing election. Advani in 1978, the INB minister, gave a report on electoral reforms. He himself has forgotten about that report. The Western interest is use politics to make money and then tell corporates to give the money back. It's a nexus which Arvind Kejriwal are talking about. I think it's absolutely correct. We must, all of you must street and participate for electoral reform. You can play an important role as youngster. Go after every politician, ask him or her to declare the money she collects from her donors. Their name should be there. Yeah. Sorry? Bureaucracy? Of course they are part of the system, because they unless they approve something, what is happening? You select bureaucrats, like Mulayam Singh comes, he transfer 100 bureaucrats, Mayawati comes, she retransfer all of them, the district minister, because they are the people who take decisions, like what happened in Haryana. One fellow was transferred, I don't know whether he was transferred right reason or wrong reason, but people take use of that. Officers are used for political reasons because they also want to make money. So for example, I propose to everybody that let their assets, including media editors, they must declare their assets and income on the website for everybody to read, including their wives and children who are living with them. So you declare how much income you have got, how much assets you have got. So you connect your income with assets. Now they are declaring assets but not income. Every politician is supposed to declare assets when he or she files the nomination. But I told the election commissioner and now the new law minister, make an amendment. Let politicians declare sources of income as well. So you know how the income is coming. When you are giving to income tax, if you are holding an important post like editor or some minister or MLA, post it. It is known to the income tax people anyway. Yeah.
Good afternoon, sir. Sir, first of all, I want to thank the college and you to come here and address us. Sir, I myself was involved in politics and was in Delhi University.
You are in politics?
I was involved in politics.
Which you are a free thinker or you are SFI?
Sir, I'm a free thinker.
Oh, good.
Sir, though I have many questions to ask, but sir, my first question is, you talk about what, where and why. Sir, as a youth, as a youngster, or as a person, we get to know these things from news channels. News channels, newspapers.
No. Okay, you finish your question, yeah.
Or other things. But you yourself only said, but you don't trust the English news channels or
any news channel. Yeah, you finish the question, I'll give you a reply. I understand what you are asking.
Be an open-minded person to see things openly. But sir, in today's scenario, can we really trust the journalism? Can we really trust the journalist who is taking the interview? Because Manmohan Singh, our Prime Minister, haven't given any interview. And as a journalist, even they are not ready to take the interview. So
how do you know? That is what information is lacking, no?
Right, sir.
I have given 27 letters which I have written to him. It is a delight for us, yeah, it is a scoop. Like you would score first division if I get an interview with the Prime Minister or Sonia Gandhi or Rahul Gandhi. I write every day. No, Sonia Gandhi I write every month. Rahul Gandhi I writing every day.
But sir, as an Indian, I
So
feel
every journalist is writing, don't worry. All journalists are competing to get only one interview, that is Rahul Gandhi. All the 5,000 journalists. But I can't force him, sorry. I can't force you to give me any interview if you don't want to give it. It is your choice. But as a person, I keep on following. Yeah, you finish here. I will get it. Then you are saying, the first question what was that? You asked before, there was another question you asked.
so that can you really trust the journalist?
No, before that you asked something else.
Why, what, why and where? And we get things from news
Yeah.
channels and news.
You see, you are lucky. We are not lucky at that time. You are lucky young generation because you have so many sources of information. You have got internet, you have got YouTube, you have got everything else. But as a good person, you should not confine yourself waking up at 8 o'clock in the morning or 9 o'clock in the morning, getting ready, coming to the college, going back to the college home and then go back for parties with the friends or whatever. You must also meet more and more people of your area of interest. I tell my journalists, and I told myself that unless I meet 5 people, 3 people every day, I don't know anything. I don't go by TV news channels. They are giving me basic information. But I must meet some people of my interest. Every day I make a calendar, okay, since I am not at the post where I have to handle so many things, so I don't have enough time. But earlier, I used to meet 10 to 12 people every day. So you must not depend only on journalists. You have to depend on other sources of income which are formal, informal, depending on your area of interest. You must identify those people and go and meet them. First-hand information is like a gold. You can't go wrong. And you have to trust journalists because journalists have kept this country open now. Some of us may not be good. But out of so many journalists, earlier there were only 10 editors in the country, there were 500 editors. Earlier I used to hire people, now for example, I was difficult to find any bad person. There was a choice that I have to have, so many good people are coming, I have to reject some good person. No, I can't find a good person, I have to reject 100%. Quality of teaching, quality of understanding of journalism, for example, I will give you another example of a TV journalist. She interviewed a Home Minister of the country for 20 minutes on the TV, and after that she asked him, sir, can I know the name of your party? Well, that kind of thing is happening. But all the scams which have been broken, they have been taken forward and broken, most of them by media only. So media in India is still the most independent. Some of us are destroying it, that's a different issue. But I will say media in India is still better than many in the world. But quality is going down, that's correct. Corporate influence is coming in, political influence is coming in, that I don't mind, because most of the young editors, they want to make fast money. Some of the young journalists want to make fast money. They want to grow because salaries are so high. So average journalist 5-6 years experience get 1 lakh rupees a month. But you can't get even that much. Yeah. Last question.
Good morning, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, as we all know that the way Kejriwal is proceeding against the political leaders, I would like to know how you would judge his movement and his proceedings against the highest leaders like Gadkari, Salman Khurshid, again and again in a very less time manner. Do you think he is very proceeding fast, or what are your views regarding that? Will he be successful in his objective in the next general elections, or what are your views? I would like to know that.
You see, I will give you answer in two parts, because Kejriwal, before he declared his political ambitions, and number two, after he declared his political ambitions. Because earlier, one thing I must admire, that he is a genius person. He has connected himself with the people, raising issues which other political parties are not leading. So he has understood. He became, people say he made Anna what Anna is, and Anna says he made Kejriwal. So he must be better than Anna, because now he is the face of everybody. So what he did before he became political leader. Now what he does, people can say you are doing it because you want to be a political party, you win an election. So there may be some question mark on the allegations he makes, because he is trying to create Congress is चोर है, BJP भी चोर है, बाकी सबको एक मुकेश अंबानी पकड़ लिया, बाकी नहीं पकड़, किसी को पकड़ेगा, one by one he will do with that. But his intentions are not bad. His motive is honesty, but his method which he is using can raise a lot of questions, because he went and connected the electricity कि बड़ा हुआ, but he left that agitation behind. कि बिजली के बिल कम करा दिए. If you look at what happened, I asked you why and what. Nobody looked at it. What happened? Because you ran a movement that companies are making money, but you have not taken it to the logical end. Make sure that the corruption from Bijli goes. He stopped it there. He takes up one issue, leaves it there. Today he must have gone to Farkhabad or whatever. See, you make noises there. A limited leader, a leader is one, he should have a